and this was your directorial debut. So I'm always interested to hear, did anything go smoother than expected? Were there, some unexpected difficulties? How did filming go?
I've been directing a variety of projects for a very long time, and this was just the next step. I directed an interactive series a couple years ago, and that was probably one of the more challenging things. You had to direct not only the actual narrative storyline, but all of the possibilities. So honestly, directing one storyline felt like a walk in the park.
What attracted you to uh, this project in particular?
Well, I really like Eliza. I like that it's based on a true story. I come from early directing days. I would work with stand-up comedians and storytellers on their stories and develop them live on stage for their one-person shows. So this feels like the next logical step in terms of just being able to do it on a bigger platform. And like I love working with writer performers. I'm a writer performer. I think that you have to really give a lot to yourself, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And to be able to tell this story for lots of people, you have to think about a lot of things. So to be that person that could help pull out the truths, but also when to bend it and when to keep it exactly true is part of the fun challenge of that.
You got to work with some great comedians, obviously. Eliza's great in the lead role. Margaret Cho is fantastic as the sidekick. How great is it that you don't really have to worry about, especially with Eliza being the screenwriter, these people know their roles, they're professionals. How great is that of an asset when you're filming?
Uh, when you work with awesome actors and comedians like I did, it makes the directing part an absolute joy. You can focus on providing a space to let them be hilarious and funny and worry about my job, which is to make sure that the bigger story is being told. So it's really fun because, part of the fun about being on set is, especially with comedians and in a comedy, is to find the parts that are unexpected and what the characters would do based on the set that you're in, based on the costume you're wearing. Like, so they're already awesome actors. So then we can start to have fun beyond just what's on the page. So we had a great time.
Like you said, this is based on, a true story, and it deals with a lot of real issues in society that are interesting, like the fakeness of personas that are put on, and, people dealing with insecurity and how there's different ways to go about it. Yeah, can you talk a little bit about those themes and, how it was to really show, like, you didn't have a cartoonish villain or anything. It's somebody, making bad choices and dealing with an issue that everybody has.
Yeah. One of the themes that I was really interested in digging into is that of perception. So you definitely grabbed onto that, and that's how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive each other, especially Andrea's character and her competitiveness with Serena, played by Rebecca Rittenhouse, beautifully. I think that I was definitely interested in, a villain like Dennis could not just be, you couldn't just write him off. There's a reason that she fell in love with him, and there's a reason that, he got away with so much. And so I was interested in exploring that for sure, and exploring how Andrea could get to that place. And I think a lot of it is, you know, how we present ourselves outwardly, how we see ourselves, especially like with Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, how we perceive other people's lives, but then we would go behind the curtain and see how they actually live. Like every Instagram mom, definitely with their joyous leaf throwing on their child, but there was definitely a moment where she was like, "Shut up, Hank, and just take the picture." It's not everything as it seems.